Well,
the paint's just falling off of this. Some of the parts that don't have grease on them are going to be real easy to prep paint. But I don't know if this is a cut in the bottom here. Yeah, it looks like it. And I'm also wondering about this here. This should be a spring inside here. That's what's making that go back like that. Seems to me like maybe you could use, well, maybe that's more than enough tension for a good leather melt. Which is not what was being run on this thing when I got it. See a screw? Do I? I can't tell if that's a screw head that's badly clogged with garbage. Or maybe not. Maybe that is a nut. Could that be something? Was that an adjustment nut? All I did was turn that a little bit, and now whole torsion. That's not good. Get something wrong here. Uh-oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is it no matter which way I turn that, it's coming off? Oh no! I did something wrong. Do not alter spring tension. It literally says that right on this right here. Right there. Do not alter spring tension. Uh-oh. I've done it now. I've completely, whoa. The heck? Holding that on. Oh no. I can see if this was threaded. It threaded onto the shaft down there, but that wasn't even threaded. How are you supposed to put that back on and get tension in there? Push down on it like this maybe. Uh-oh. Oh no. No, no, no. I did something bad. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe that spring, maybe this sticks down a hole inside that bore. This does not come off though. Of here. Oh yeah, oh wow. Whoa. You wouldn't believe how much rust just fell out of that. Yeah, there's a hole right there that spring engages. The spring's rusty. Well, that's not in the greatest of shape. Another roll at it doesn't sound good. Let me show you the rust on that shaft. Yeah, it's extra rusty. Extra rusty. And this, believe it or not, I think this is the remnants of a ball bearing. A very sad ball bearing. So let's see, maybe if I take this nut off the bottom here, maybe I can take that whole pin out. Let's see. Gotta be a press fit in there. Yep. I now see how this gets adjusted. Now this is cool. Gather around, children. Sit a spell. Let me show you something. Alright, so what we got. I knocked this pin out. Okay, I noticed there's teeth. It's almost like a gear here on the bottom. And on the bottom here there's actually a little keyway that locks into one of these teeth. The idea being is that when this is all the way in, it locks in and it can't rotate. But if you were to loosen this nut a little bit, pop this up just a little bit, you could turn this, tightening the spring, and then when you get your tension set to where you want it, lock into whatever position on this tooth that corresponds to that. Now, that top piece that came off, that wasn't supposed to come off. This actually sticks in a hole on the bottom of this assembly. See the hole right there? That's what that, and then there's another hole in this, so this comes out of here, goes in there, right? So the question is, why did this come off of here? See, if this is allowed to be able to turn and just fall off like it did, that's not good. But I think, yeah, there's a pin right there. I think it was rusty, and when I grabbed this with the wrench and turned it, I just sheared it right off like nothing. So I've got to find out, somewhere in this rusty mess there must be a place where that pin engages. No, I didn't shear the pin out. The pin was already missing. The way this works is this goes up in here like this. The pin goes in this slot right across here. There was no pin in there. And this was, by the way, this was off far enough that I could stick a screwdriver in there practically. So I don't think that pin was in there for a long time, judging by the looks of the end of that rod right there. It's got rust on it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I just looked at this under magnification, and I'm convinced that this is just a regular ball bearing, and what has happened is the shaft is so badly pitted and eroded down here at the area where it meets the inner part of the bearing that it actually looked like it was some kind of a strange shape to me. I also think that the bearing is actually now physically down further than it's supposed to be. And this outer race is not supposed to be down that far. I think, oh, we're willing to bet, I think maybe somebody was banging on this or did something to this, I don't know. But I should be able to press this bearing off of this shaft. But I think first, I want to hit this with the wire wheel right in here to see if I can't clean that up a bit. Face shield. You know you made the right choice to wear the face shield when you can feel little bits bouncing off of it as you're going to town on this thing. Oh, Daddy likes it. I got the... I whizzed that side and I can see a bearing number. I whizzed that side and I can just see much better that that is just a plain old bearing. We can push off of that. Ooh, that shaft is in really bad shape in there. You know? And the bearing number, most of what I can see is what looks to be a date. It looks like it says July-02-07 or July 207. Now, does that mean somebody just replaced this bearing back in 2007? Or does that mean this bearing was made in 1907? What did I figure out this thing was? How old? Yeah, I mean this is within the first 20 years of the 1900s. I remember that much. I guess it could be the original bearing from 1907. I don't know. Well, it's not going to come off with me just sitting here talking about it. Oh, I keep meaning to get a cabinet in here. Just keep all of my little doodads that I have with my press in it. This is, you know, these are parts. These are spacers and that bushings and stuff from the old Detroit 353, and I save these because just for such an occasion. So here's my setup. I had to lower the shelf here to fit it. I got my little Palmgren or Palmgren style machinist vise. This has got a step right here. This diameter is smaller than this diameter, so I can actually sit that right in the vise, and that shoulder is going to keep it from being able to push down into the vise. And I got a nice flat piece of steel plate there, and then I got, as luck would have it, I checked with my sleeves here and found that, lo and behold, that was too. So that's a wrist pin. Again, good pusher. Just won't fit for this application. This one, this ID fits over the teeth, but still engages the outer race of the bearing. So hopefully we'll be able to get that off. My fear, of course, is that the bearing is just going to collapse and the outer race will pop off, the ball bearings will come out, and the inner race will be stuck on that inner shaft. If that ends up being the case, then we're going to have to go to town on it. As luck would have it, I happen to know a guy who has a lathe or two. But actually the Atlas, even though right now it's sitting over there and the feed lead screw and all that, the bracket is still not made, I can use it for a simple turning, as in like turning off this piece. Just manually feed the damn thing. Get down lower so I can see my alignment. Yeah, I'm loving it. Alright. Oh yeah. Oh, piece of cake. Let's see what we got. Yep, bearing came out intact. Now, that's good to see. I'll show you what I'm looking at. What I'm looking at is all of this really horrendous pitted area here that I was worried about. Turns out there's a larger diameter that bearing presses onto. That's in better shape.